Today's Albion video is all about debunking Reddit again, I know, but there's one thing that we have to start with, and that is that I just need to let you guys know that there is an imposter among us. I know, right? And it's this Swolbin JJ guy, alright? So this is not me. I haven't been able to type in chat for years. This is not what the video is about. This is just partially what it's, slightly about. We're just gonna go through Reddit, because Reddit loves to hate on me and say that my guides are wrong, and we're gonna blow them all the F out, okay? So again, this guy is not me. This is actually a YouTuber named Droopy Worm, and I'll show you. I don't even have 149k subs yet, actually. I think I'm at 144k. But yeah, we're just going to pull up some Reddit threads and talk about how they're wrong about a lot of things, because they're telling new players to go into the Black Zone and Fame Farm, and that's just bollocks. We all know that. But before we begin, let me just claim these two 500 gold rewards, just as a little flex. There we go. Check the gold price. So, starting off, we have this Reddit thread here, and it says, I see why people dislike the guy. He's in a party full of 25 million plus silver sets, killing gatherers and tier 3 guys. And the screenshot is of a fisherman with healing gear on for some reason. And you can see Swolbin JJ here says, noob, wow, or woo. And it looks like he's got some friends and they're ganking him, and he's got a little 3-minute sit-down timeout. So we're just going to go through and talk about everything. So, Living Idea 7898, nice bot name, says, yeah, Soul Benji, this textbook definition of a Yellow Zone warrior. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I haven't been Yellow Zone warrioring in a while. If we go to the PvP tab here, and I hate to admit this, but if we go to, like, Open World PvP, I haven't even downed anyone in a Yellow Zone. Let me try to find it. Oh, well, I guess I have, because apparently I got it here. Maybe I did it during Faction Warfare. Oops, but I swear the other night I didn't have this unlocked, so there goes that, I guess. So Midnight Decaf states, my qualm with Yellow Zone Warriors is that it's entirely pointless. It literally does zero good for anyone. It wastes both people's time. There's no reward or gain, only a repair bill. Literally, the only outcome for anyone involved is negative. It takes a real sick sort of person to get gratification from that sort of bullying. So Yellow Zone PvP to me is, number one, it's fun. It's a very fun activity. There's a lot of more fun games out there, and other games with a more robust and better PvP system, like almost all of them. I know Albion Online to you guys is probably, some of you it's your first game, it's your main game. I have played so many games before Albion Online with way more complex, fun, and interesting PvP systems. This game is a little too simple for me. It's like, what, you got 3 like attack buttons and 3 defense buttons, a potion and a food button. Whoop-de-doo. Like, how about 20 skills, 30 skills, 14 skills? How about skills where you're casting and attacking like 10 times a second or something? The PvP in this game is very lackluster for a lot of reasons, but I've just had better PvP experiences in other games. But Yellow Zone PvP is still a fun activity, and I'll talk more about that later. And you can see here, the Swolbin JJ guy, he's literally talking in chat as I'm walking around. That is not me. It is impossible for me to do that. All right, so number 2, it's mostly harmless to the other player. The other player does not lose their gear set. They do suffer a repair bill, which usually their gear sucks, and it's not that much. If I get hunted down by a bunch of players, I suffer like a 300,000 repair bill, which, compared to my wealth that I've built up over the years, is also nothing. All right? But more importantly for me, if I do die in, like, the red or black zone, it's not about, oh, I lost a 50k set or a 500k set. It's the fact that I'm giving that set to someone else simply because they usually probably either outnumbered me with multiple people, or they had a counter set that they ran, and so it was just circumstance. Oh, my set beats your set, thanks for the gear. That feels bad, right? But in the Yellow Zone, it's not the case for me, because I'm in 8.4, and if I get downed, it's like, well, damn, good fight. Or, oh, I downed this low-level player, as expected, right? It's not a stressful activity, and while it can be for some people, for me it is not. The Yellow Zone is stress-free. I can run around flagged all day, getting downing other players, and it's a good time. My blood pressure does not rise. I know a lot of you are young and don't care about your blood pressure or your health, but I don't have to keep my eyes peeled on the corners of the screen the entire time looking for gankers. Let me show you something here, okay? I was in the red zone yesterday, and I got murdered, okay? I'm in a 4.1 set, so it's not a big deal. So I got murdered by 20 people in the red zone. I'm running around, I see that there's a bunch of flag players, and I'm just in a crappy little 4.1 whispering bow set, just messing around. And yeah, I get 20 man literally bombed, okay? Just blown the hell up by this guy and 19 of his friends, okay? Like, there's no surviving that. There's no running away from 19 people, coordinating in a Discord, hunting your ass down, okay? I was dead in half a second. They popped me in the air, and they all attacked me all at once, like some sort of multi-boxer. It wasn't a multi-boxer. It was just a very coordinated Discord group of friends, okay? And that's what the red and black zone is. It's people that have friends, and people like me that don't have friends, well, we're not really welcome. Now, going into the yellow zone and PvPing, it doesn't really cost anything. Yeah, if I get downed or whatever, or the person I down has a tiny little repair bill, it costs them time. It does not cost them in-game currency. Now, also, it's way faster to find people to PvP against in the yellow zone. There's always people running around, and they're usually pretty easy targets, not super aware, and they're everywhere. Whereas in the red and black zone, anytime I try to sneak up on someone, they run away, or they radar hack and see me while I'm in Viz, or they hear me from off screen because they're also in hyper paranoid, eyes peeled to the corners of their screen mode, just like I am, just like everyone is. And so, like, it took me, like, I roamed for 1 full hour in the red zone, and then I died instantly to a 20-man group. That's not fun. That sucks, right? And then also, I earned this 8.4 set and the spec that I used to wield it. So why not use it, huh? I mean, part of the fun in these games is using the most powerful things you can get your hands on. And while I can technically afford to bring this into the mists or whatever, there's people that can, you know, like crash hack me or drop me from the game, lag my connection out. It's happened before. There's people that will, you know, radar hack me and rat me from the corners of my screen when I'm low health and take my 8.4. There's so many bad things that can happen with the 8.4. It will never outweigh the good. And so for me, it's just simply not an option to ever bring it out. So some people may or may not realize this, but I do have something that I guess can be dubbed everyday sadism. All right, which is basically just harmless internet trolling in the forms of minorly inconveniencing people in video games, using the video game itself, not anything outside of the game. And yes, I do have empathy for small creatures. Now, you see this little marmot here on the ground? You see this little creature? This is a fake pixel marmot. It's not real. Yeah, if I punched a marmot in real life and killed it, that would be a horrible, terrible thing to do. That would be an absolutely wrong thing to do, unless I'm starving to death and I'm hungry. But that's, you know, not the case. I don't need to kill marmots, and I don't think marmots exist where I live anyway. But the point I'm trying to get at is, this is a fake video game pixel. It's not real. It's never going to be real. And your low-level character is not the equivalent of a baby in the real world. Your low-level character that has no money or gear is not the equivalent of a small kitten or puppy. All right? So when people say, oh, Swole Benji's so evil, he kills puppies because he ganked my low-level character. No, that is not how that works. All right? I don't have empathy for your low-level character. I don't have empathy for you that has to go to work tomorrow morning driving through traffic making boss man rich because, you know, you get mad thinking that I'm going to take it easy on you in the yellow zone if I'm flagged up. You can do the same grind that I did. You can play the game for a little while, get your 8.4, get your spec up, and then I won't attack you anymore. Mostly, probably not. Maybe, if I'm confident I can take you on, I will. But, hey, there you go. Now you've matched my power, and now you don't get bullied in the yellow zone anymore. It's part of the game to PvP people in the yellow zone. It's allowed to PvP people in the yellow zone, and it's not griefing, it's not trolling, it's not harassment. Unless you do it to Nazori, of course, where he can flag up in a dungeon and attack me, and if I defend myself, I get banned for a week. But we've already went through that, you know, nonsense before, right? So anyway, you guys need to learn to separate reality from pixels, okay? I feel bad if I, like, squish a bug. Like, there'll be, like, a little beetle, like, in the kitchen, and I have to get, like, a tissue or a paper towel, and then I squish it, and then I throw it away, and I'm like, man, that sucks. You know, I don't want to be squished by a giant, you know, monster, right? I don't think the bug wants to be squished either, even though it probably doesn't have much of a thought process. I still feel bad for it, right? And I know you're going to be like, oh, you could scoop it up in, like, a dustpan and put it outside. No, that would take my whole day if I did that. That would take way too much of my time. And, you know, I have to do things to survive, and I don't have time to care about the bugs. So I do have empathy for the fact that they're feeling the pain of being squished to death. I don't have empathy for them invading the kitchen and trying to steal my resources. All right, then this guy goes on to whinge about how if you attack someone, it's cowardice. Bro, everyone in the black zone is going to gank you with like 10 people. It doesn't matter what gear you're wearing. You're still going to die. But because it's yellow zone, it's so cowardly, dude. And finally, he says that most people get over bullying by the age of 6. I don't know where this guy lives, but where I live, I would say about age 16 is when people stop bullying. And it's probably because of the part of the world that I lived in around that age. Well, when I was that age, there was some really bad voodoo going on in the real world, and most of us were worried that we would get drafted and sent off to die. Aren't there guilds dedicated to hunting me and smacking my butt everywhere on the map? Dude, that would be so cool. I don't think that exists, but man, why aren't you guys make a Reddit guild? You know, kill Solbenji on site or something. If you want to know what mod muted me, it was Clementine. I don't know if that person is still even employed or not. Preferred Throwaway says that Swolben JJ is being defamatory. I don't really think so. While some could agree or disagree that it may be against YouTube's terms of service to say, or to pretend to be me and say that I stream snipe Tommy666, which I saw this video. I thought it was funny. I didn't even know Tommy went to Yellow Zone faction fights, but the only thing that I hate is that I left a comment on this and then he deleted it. And yeah, like why you silencing me, bro? I think what he's doing is hilarious and funny. As long as he's not full-blown pretending to be me on YouTube or something, like, oh, this is my YouTube alt account, like, I'm cool with the trolling. I think the trolling is hilarious and fun, and more people should do it. But at the same time, he's not doing it because, like, he likes my content. I think he legitimately hates my guts and is trying to defame me, but I'm part of the troll culture. I always have been. Like, if I could have it my way, all of my fans would be out Yellow Zone ganking right now and shitposting in the general chat and on Reddit. Like, remember when I had that whole stream sniper thing going on a while back? I didn't cancel it because SBI wanted me to, or that all the other content creators were bitching about it. I did it because no one was good enough at it. And for those that don't know or missed that whole part, I had this whole secret society thing where we had these Eyes of Secrets crafted by me, Swolbenji. And it was going to be like what is that? The guy in the tuxedo that shoots people with a pistol because they killed his dog. Damn it, what's the name? Okay, John Wick, that's it. I typed action movie, dude's dog died, shoots people. Okay, yeah, that's the movie, right? John Wick. It was supposed to be like a whole Albion Online John Wick thing, and like 100 people joined the Discord, but like no one could gank the easiest targets. I would give them a target to kill, offer a ridiculous reward like 10 to 20 million silver to go into a red zone dungeon and kill a person that's wearing 4.1 gear. Not even a good build. And my viewers would go in and literally die. They would go in like 5.3 and die to a 4.1 who's not even good, who's new to the game. And it's like, what are you doing, dude? And even, like, I would give full-blown intel of exactly where they need to go, how to track players down, how to even tell when they hide their minimap, where they're at, because there's ways to tell. There's absolute easy ways to tell based on the geography and the map itself and stuff and things that pop up on the screen. And I was, like, teaching all these people how to stream snipe. No one cared. No one was good enough at it. No one really wanted to do it. They just wanted to hang out and chat with me about random stuff. And it's like, if you want to do that, you got to pass the Discord questionnaire, right? And so I just dissolved the whole thing because no one was really into it and no one could even kill anybody anyway. And it's like, well, I guess I'll just do it myself. But it just never worked out. All right, now this guy is saying my guides are bad because no group content. I did make group content. I was in a top 10 guild and I hated it. It cost me over 2 million silver an hour. It was a lot of standing around. No one liked me. I didn't make any friends. It was a miserable experience and I would never wish that on anyone. Zero PvP skills. I think I do all right with PvP skills, and I don't want to boast, but my the KDA, like fame to fame loss ratio is pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't remember how to check it, but people checked it for me and they said it's all right. And he says only IP crush versus newbies. I think what he's trying to say is that I use an IP advantage to kill people. I almost universally use 4.1. I'll go ahead and show you, just to show you. So here's the 1v1s ordered by Fame. So this is my best kill on the Swolbenji character. You can see that I used a 6-1 bear paws to kill an 8-3 blazing, I think, or whatever this is. What is this called again? Blazing staff, yes, okay. And let's see what else here. Oh, this is my most embarrassing death here. I had a 100 IP advantage, but like I really underestimated carving sword, and that is due to inexperience. I was also in gathering gear, and I thought I could just take them, but whatever. I ended up running away and not realizing I couldn't run from a carving sword. All right. Anyway, so again, this was a 100 IP kill. This guy just joined my dungeon with no shield and got deleted by a bolt caster, whatever. So here's one. I have a 200 IP disadvantage. Oh, wait, I died to that. Never mind, I died there. Here we go, 200 IP. This is almost a mirror match, basically. It's a 1v1, and I still beat him simply because I knew how to execute with Curse Staff, and this player didn't, and I basically barely won with the Cleric Robe, and he didn't have Cleric Robe, so that's why he died. Here we have, what is this? I don't need to explain every fight, but this is basically a counter comp. Wildfire will beat Quarterstaff, like, almost every time if they don't run away. So, the IP doesn't matter here. I could be at, like, 900 IP, this guy could be at 1500. It's a counter comp. I would win anyway, right? And then, this is Dual Swords. Again, he overstayed. Basically, if you find a Fire Staff user, you're gonna die as melee if you don't kite and run around and learn how to poke. Here I killed, what is this, Druidic Staff guy, and he had some pretty good counters. This was a tough fight. I think it was a long fight, a lot of resets. Again, this is a Dual Swords user in plate, and he just got kited around. Like, this is a 400 IP diff, and I just kited his butt around. Okay, what else we got? Not much, like 100 something IP here. This is just someone underestimating the power of Whispering Bow. Though, I mean, I was abusing Morgana Cape, so there we go. And the Invis stacking and the armor shredding. This was a really stupid build to kill people with if they don't run away, right? But you can see, you know, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. This is an IP crush. This is me in full 8-4, and I just murdered this guy with 1,200 IP, like straight up, like this guy had no chance winning this fight whatsoever. You can see I'm fully decked out. I was leveling I was awakening the bear paws. That's why I'm in this set, right? I'm in full 8-4 in a black zone. Can you believe it? And you can see a lot of my fights, I'm using the lowest budget garbage 4.1 stuff possible. And actually, I think this fight got posted on Reddit here. This needs one guy. Like, people were bullying him for dying. But I'm Curse Staff. Like, it's really hard to kill Curse Staff. I mean, you guys all watch Goldstein, right? So you should know just how dangerous Curse Staff can be, right? 0 survival skill or awareness for Black Zone. I don't understand where this comes from. I am literally hyper paranoid when in a Black Zone. Anytime a player's name even appears on my screen, I am mounted up and leaving. Lack of understanding of risk-reward gameplay. I understand the fact that the red and black zones aren't balanced correctly, and that it's worth my time to just stay in blue and yellow zones, mathematically speaking. I have full understanding of it, and this person does not. My cocky personality and arrogance. Yeah, it's called playing a YouTube persona. Do you want my YouTube... I want to ask you guys a serious question real quick, okay? Would you guys prefer the fun little persona that I put on my videos, or would you prefer the real-life, retail, smiles and happy, friendly version where I'm like a cashier at the local grocery store? Hi, how are you today? Did you find everything okay? Hey, I see that you're buying this dog food. What kind of dog do you have? Oh, wow, you got a husky. I heard those can bark quite a bit, but, I don't know, like... Right, do you want me to be fake nice, or do you want me to be, like, a real person with a soul? Do you want me to be a real passionate person? Look at, I was watching a bunch of Albion YouTubers. I'm not going to point them out. Like, just today, actually, I went browsing and checking out smaller channels. Do you know how their videos sound like? Let me give you a demonstration, and please don't think this is you. Every time I do this, some poor guy out there thinks that I'm bullying and making fun of him. So this is what a lot of YouTubers sound like. And you can't help it. I understand, but... Alright, so let me put on the performance. Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how much silver you can earn fishing in the Tier 7 Black Zone. So I have my fishing set here, and I'm going to go to the fishing zone now, and here I am fishing. Oh, look, we got a Tier 7 fish. Now this fish here sells for about 20,000 silver, and we're going to keep fishing now. And hey guys, so that's me fishing, and this is how much money I made, you can see that, like, you should totally fish tier 7 black zone and stuff. Okay, see, do you know how, like, low energy that is? Do you know how... Dude, I'm not gonna teach you how to be a YouTuber, and I'm not gonna give away some of the secret sauce, but that's so, like, imagine you turn on the radio and it's like, hello, today's weather forecast is slightly sunny with a chance of rain. Or you turn on the news forecast, is like, today's forecast is slightly sunny with a chance of rain, so go out there and get that vitamin D before it rains on you, brother. Like, I mean, what's more fun to watch or listen to? I don't understand this one, controversy of racisms. I don't get that. Where did that come from? There's a few things that always go around that completely puzzle me when I ask people about. They can never give me a straight answer, almost like they're being paid to say it. And one of them is that people were saying that I ganked an Albion funeral. No, I didn't. I've always said that I would, and I said that there was one I would have liked to do, but no one was interested, so I never did it. The other one is this racism thing. Like, guys, I've always said this. It's always been about wealth inequality. The rich versus the poor. The other, anything else, West versus East, white, black, whatever, it's all a minor beef, okay? The thing is that I vibe more with my fellow brothers who are down low in the poor with me than I do with some fancy pants guy that grew up in a gated community neighborhood who lives in a house making $200K right out of high school, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't vibe with the rich at all, not one bit, but I vibe with anyone else, like everyone else. It doesn't matter where they come from, what country they're in, what they look like, or anything of that sort, okay? So I don't know where this comes from. I don't know who spun this up one day. Some people say it's some sort of Discord screenshot, like, okay, you know, people use my name in Discord all the freaking time. I'm banned from literally all the Discords. I've never once been in, like, I was in a Twitch streamers chat the other day, just some guy with like 2 viewers, and he said that I posted some heinous stuff in a content creator Discord. I'm like, I've never been allowed in the Albion content creator Discord, ever. I have never been allowed in that. You can clearly see I don't own the content creator avatar ring. I have never been allowed in that Discord one bit. I love this one. A cult-like Discord of followers. Let me show you my cult-like Discord. Alright, since I'm recording, I can't, like, show the full names on the Discord, but look how... I just want to point out every single person in this Discord, okay? So there's me. All right, and then there's a guy that I played PAX Day and Once Human with, and I might play Call of Duty with him when that comes out. We'll see if he's not too busy with work. This is a guy from Albion, so there's one from Albion, and I've never played with him. He just showed up, and we talk. This guy's from 4chan, so again, I've never played video games with this person. And here's number 2 from Albion and YouTube. I'd say he's a fan of YouTube, so we got 2. All right, this is an alt account. All right, this is an alt account. Right, in case my main account gets, like, nuked or something, okay? This is from a fan from World of Warcraft, okay? This is also Albion. So we have 3 now from Albion. This is a bot. This is a YouTuber that doesn't play Albion at all. He makes cool troll vids. This is a guy I played Diablo 4 with. This is a guy I played World of Warcraft with, like, 10 years ago. This is the owner of the server, who I think is dead. I think he died. He hasn't spoken to me in 2 years, so I don't know. All right, so we have number 4. This is from YouTube mostly, but he plays Albion, I think, on Europe. So that's 4. This is a YouTuber. This is number 5. He plays Albion and I think some other games. So that's 5 people that play Albion, and then this guy's from 4chan. So that's it. 5 people in my server that play Albion, and they don't even really play with me. Almost all of them play on Europe, or they don't play at all. And I can show you this right now, too. I can just open my friends list. Look at this. All right, so I don't even know if he's in my server anymore. So there's the guy that's been in my server 2 weeks, 4 days ago. This guy's in my server. 1 month, 2 days. Apocalypse, 1 month, 15 days. This is an alt account of this guy 10 months ago. This guy quit. This is the YouTuber. He played once for a video, and that's it, over a year ago. And then this is an alt account of this guy who quit you know, a long time ago too. So 3 years, 4 months ago. So that's literally it, dudes. Then he calls me a cringe machine, and I'm gonna say it's better to be cringe than a ghost or an NPC or forgettable. Now we have this guy with a copy pasta. I've seen this posted a few times. For every 2 correct things he says in his guides, there's 1 which is total BS. Which I'm going to debunk all of it that he's going to say in this post. But he says that I lie and that my low effort, no edit videos. So let's talk about low effort and no edit videos, shall we? Let's talk about it. Subject number 1, and this is my favorite PvP video ever to exist on the internet. I'm sorry, Grim of, you know, Rogue World of Warcraft fame, but this guy's edits are insane, right? This is called Spa Vengeance. This is an Arc Age PvP video. All right, it is the most insanely highly edited video to exist, in my opinion. And it probably, I believe I asked him before, like, a big comment purge, and it took him 4 straight months of working, like, multiple hours every single day to make this 21-minute video. Well, you can see here, you got 4.3 thousand views. Okay, now this is a pretty old video from 2014. It's like 10 years ago, right? And 4,334 views, okay? Took him 4 months to make, all right? So that means he made about $8 in 4 months' time. And maybe he doesn't need money in real life. Maybe he's wealthy. Maybe you're wealthy and you don't care about money. But me, I eat beans, rice, and I've recently upgraded to eating tortillas, which is the same meal that El Salvadoran prisoners eat. Okay? And now we have number 2 here. We have The Tale of Captain Andy Trout. All right, now this is before Kraken got super big on the internet. I know Kraken's a million sub YouTuber at this point, but back 10 years ago, he wasn't. Okay, now this video is 9 minutes long. It had hundreds of thousands of views back then. It's like 823,000 views now. You know what this video consists of? Him and a bunch of level 1 friends doing slash dance in the starter zone and talking like a pirate. I admit it's funny, it's entertaining, it's not highly edited, it's literally just clips stitched together. There's a few edits, there's a few text pop-ups, but the editing job is something I could probably do in like 5 to 10 minutes. And you can see that this video here, because it's a higher ad bracket for one, it probably generated possibly $10,000 to $20,000 for this person. All right, and he made it in a single day in a single sitting. Now let's look at my top videos, all right? And while a lot of them aren't high edit videos, let's just talk about this one and just a total time it took to make. This one took 3 days. This one took 1 week. 1 day, like a couple hours. 1 day. This one took several months. 1 day. This took 30 minutes. 200,000 views. Okay. This took an hour. Let's see, 30 minutes, an hour, 1 day, 15 minutes, 161,000 views. 15 minutes, 160K views. Okay, do you get the idea? Do you get the idea yet? But let me show you my high edited one. All right, so here we go. This 1 to 60 gearing guide. This was 2 weeks long. Rogue pre-raid Abyss. This was 1 week. Let's see. Quest items that can be used anywhere. This thing was highly edited. You can see the enemies just popping up at you, right? This thing took 2 weeks to edit, right? This Area 51 guide took about a week, and that was usually due to failing the render. I had a really crappy PC back then. Here we go. This is my highest edited video on this YouTube channel. And this has 5.3K views. It actually jumped up in the past year. This thing was sitting on like 2,000 views for like 3 years. And this thing took a solid month to edit and stitch and script and record and render. Oh my goodness. This thing, it's supposed to be kind of like a Let's Play, half guide, half kind of like filled with jokes and stuff. I don't know, man. Like in the first 15 seconds of this video, there's like 20 different editing things that I had to do. And that was like a whole 2 to 3 days in just 15 seconds of the video. Not even a minute in, it's filled with stupid sound effects that you would like find in a Goldstein video. It's chogged. It's just flooded with edits. Oh man, and again, 5K views. Like, this is not worth it, dude. In this very video that you're watching right now, you know how I'm editing it? I'll show you. So what I'm doing is I'm recording using OBS, Streamlabs, desktop, whatever you want to call it. And then whenever I'm done talking, I click stop record. And then when I record the next segment, I click start record and then I talk. And then when I edit it, I just put them all in order and then render. And like some things were just obnoxiously long, like this Final Fantasy video, because I don't have a capture card and it was a PlayStation exclusive at the time. I had to record it on PlayStation, and then I had to upload it in like a PlayStation cloud, and then download it through the PC somehow, and then I had to do a codecs conversion thing on it just to be able to put it into my editor, and then it was such a nightmare, dude. This thing took like several weeks just to get it uploaded, right? And 20K views, so it kind of paid off at the time, I guess. This 10-minute long video of me trolling like random games in Counter-Strike took 2 weeks to film because it's hard to find people that talk in video games for 2,600 views. Now, let's get to the debunks, alright? So, he links one of my videos and he says that I'm attempting to show how Black Zone Gathering doesn't make good silver and compares it with the other video, which makes more silver. And so he's saying that Tier 5 Cotton makes more money than Tier 6 Stone. Now, it's not the fact that it's Tier 6 Stone, I'll show you the video. So here's the zone. This is Stonemouth South Bluff. This is a Tier 8 zone, and I'll even show you. All right, so we go to the map, and we type Stonemouth, and then South Bluff right here. Okay, it's going to zoom to it now. Hurry up, camera. Let's go. Tier 8 zone. 5, 6, 7, 8. Count the Roman numerals. So no, it's not just Tier 6 stone, except it mostly is. You want to know why? Because the zone itself had already been picked clean of the Tier 8 marble, and I did get some Tier 7. So here you can see the result of mining stone in a Tier 8 zone. We got Tier 6 stone enchanted, regular, 0.2. We filled 4 journals, whoop-de-doo. We got 24 Tier 7 stone and a hidden treasure from, just drops or monster drops or whatever, right? And he goes on to say, why choose Tier 6 Stone, which is the most worthless Black Zone resource? Okay, so let's say that a Tier 8 Black Zone Stone is the most worthless resource. I guess it is, according to this guy. I'm pretty sure it is. So how about all my other videos that also show that any other resource is also bad? So here's videos, right? I have Tier 8 Stone. This is the one we just looked at, right? Then I have one, again, another Tier 8 Stone mining is still awful, just to prove. And then I have, where's it at? Oh, here it is. Profit from Tier 8 skinning in Black Zone. So we all know that Tier 8 leather is the highest yielding resource. It is the most expensive resource out of all the, gatherable resources. So this is only 23 minutes worth of harvesting, but you can see I have 88 Tier 6 hide and 9 Tier 8 hide. This is using Tier 8 gathering gear. I had a Tier 8 skinning knife here and journals, which I didn't fill any. But you can see here also this treasure is worth 20k hidden treasures. I decided to count that anyway. And I'm using Tier 8 gear, with like undead cape and vis potion, etc. And I'm in a guild that controls the zone, that has a hideout in the zone, that has the castle territory bullcrap defending the zone, so I have safety areas to run to, and I still had to run from gankers. But even if I didn't have to run from gankers, it wouldn't be much more. This is 191,000 in 23 minutes. So here's a basic hourly calculation. 60 divided by 23 is that number multiplied by 191,000. So we would make not even 500,000 an hour at that rate. And you could be like, oh, well, you just suck at gathering, or you were unlucky with drops. And the thing is, with blue and yellow zones, you don't have to be lucky with drops. It's consistent and always there and always available. And I usually show in my yellow zone gathering vids the worst outcomes, not the best. Here's another video, Tier 7 Black Zone skinning, and this one's a little bit older. Okay, this is a little bit older, so the economy was actually better back then. And you can see that I made including the skinning knife, which is only 11k, not Avalonian or anything, only Tier 6. Tier 6 equipment, not even Tier 8 equipment. I made 171,000 in 30 minutes, right? So that's like 340k an hour. Like, it sucks. And this is Tier 6, Tier 5, and some Tier 7 hide there, right? And a little bit of Tier 4, I guess because I was passing through a zone or something. You'd have to watch the video. Oh, here's mining ore in a Tier 7 Black Zone while I'm in a guild with a hideout, with a castle to protect me, and a guild all in Discord coordinating my defense, my safety as I gathered. And this one was a little bit better, okay? This one was, how long did I gather on this one? Okay, this was 30 minutes, so this actually made 1.362 million silver per hour. And I was using, tier 8, here's the tier 8 gathering tool, and, tier 8 gathering set, with, high mobility and a boar to carry more stuff. So, again, this one actually managed to be over 1 million silver per hour. But I can just go chop trees in a yellow zone and make slightly more, which I did in this video 3 days ago, it published 3 days ago. Members got to watch this way earlier. And so, again, this is 1.394 million silver an hour, which is 30k more silver than the tier, 7 black zone, with guild protection, in a Discord, with a hideout, with a castle, or whatever, okay? Whereas this is just random in the yellow zone, no risk, all reward. And why would I ever gather it? Why would I ever risk it? What, for 30k more silver an hour? What do you freaking do? And then he says, this isn't a deliberate attempt to manipulate to push the yellow zone grift. I don't need to push the yellow zone grift because it does it on its own. Why are you grifting for the red and black zone? Because you're bored out of your gourd and you want people to murder, and it's that simple. And I just love this post. I know this guy's copy-pasted it from someone else, but whatever. He says, he said that I said, which I did say this, that by doing the journal, rewards, it would destroy the game because botters would set up farms to get 2,000 silver per town visiting achievement. It was actually more, and you know what SBI did? They nerfed this. You can't get any silver from doing this anymore, and I'll show you why this would break the game. A lot of you don't realize what a phone bot farm is, so let's count the phones in this image, okay? I'm going to count the top row and multiply it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 13 phones on this row. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rows. 14 times 13 is 182 phones. 182 phones that in 2 minutes time, let's say that guy's math on the 2,000 silver is correct. Let's just say it is. All right, so we have our number, 182 bots. 182 bots making accounts in Albion, getting 2,000 silver and transferring the silver over. It takes 2 minutes to make a new character. No tutorial required. You run straight to Bridgewatch. You walk outside into the yellow zone. You collect your reward. Takes 2 minutes on foot, no mount. So 182. Was that the number? Did I copy paste it? Invalid input. I think it was 182, right? Is the number we had. We're going to multiply that by 2,000. Okay. That's 364,000 silver every 2 minutes. So how much does that make an hour? 60 divided by 2 minutes is 30. We're going to multiply it by that amount. This means that in every hour, the bots earn about 11 million silver. Now, let's say that the bots run 12 hours a day because they take a break, whatever. All right, 12 times that number. So just one bot farm would generate 131 million silver a day. Now, over the course of a week, that's almost 1 billion silver. Oh, it's not breaking the game, dude. It's totally fine, dude. All right, so now he says that I try to show that the game is dead by walking around the town in the middle of the night on a total off timer. So let's take a look real quick. Now, right now, I am filming during prime time. It is a Saturday night. People they don't have school tomorrow, hopefully, and they don't have work tomorrow, hopefully. So it should be about 150 people in town. Let's see. All right, and we have 158 people in town. Yes, this is as busy as it gets. This is not the norm. This is literally as busy as it's ever gonna get. So this would be cherry picking the most busiest time. All right. It's posts like this that make me laugh because it's just a filter. When I first started out, I watched this guide and didn't understand why he was getting the hate. Now I hate him too. You hate him because some imposter goes around and killing people? That makes no sense, dude. You are the problem. Also, this guy's name is Dudes Where's My Car? No, and then. And then. And I love that people parrot each other without doing their own homework, and I don't know why this guy got downvoted when he's literally hating on me. So I think someone used the Reddit bots on the wrong target here. He says that my videos are misleading or wrong. They're not misleading and they're not wrong. I make them for myself. Why would I mislead a future version of myself? I've never understood this claim, and when I ask people to debunk and tell me how they're misleading or wrong, no one can ever truly answer or answer properly, or they just misunderstood the video and they failed at paying attention to a freaking tutorial video. And I actually had a really long talk with a few people. I set them down. I asked them to debunk my vids, why they think they're misleading or wrong, and a lot of them really couldn't answer. They couldn't give a straight answer. And then I had them take an IQ test, and they were sub 70, so that kind of explains that. And then we have this post here ranting about how, there's like politics talk in the general chat, and then Katie Scarlett, one of the Jannies, or a chat moderator, for those that don't know what Janny is, which is short for janitor, which is anytime a mod shows themselves, like, guys, when you see the chat, and you see some dickhead with a blue mod tag, just start shouting Janny at them. They hate it. They hate being called janitors. They think that their little desk job where they sit at the computer and moderate a chat room is more important than cleaning toilets and floors, okay? They are virtual janitors. Call them Jannies. It's short for janitor. And they'll chat mute you for a couple hours, or maybe even a day or a week, or permanently, like in my case. That's why I'm perma-muted. It's so funny, dude. But anytime you see them, just call them Jannies, dude. Right? And so this person's ranting about how they basically, got muted by saying gun laws, and they got muted while everyone else was still able to continue to chat. It's so ridiculous and stupid. So here Red Dragon says, I play games to escape the real world and wish the mods would mute it all so I can have an escape for 1 friggin' minute. Well, that's there's a reason why people in the West respect freedom of speech, okay? So if you're allowed to silence what we want to talk about, then what's stopping us as a collective? And just assume for a minute you're in some alternate dimension, and looking at your history, you'd like to talk about RVing, which I guess means those kinds of living vehicles, or Subarus, which is an anime main character, or a car, I think. But imagine that you started talking about Subaru, or the car, or RVs in the chat, and everyone in the chat was like, I just want to escape talking about RVs for 1 freaking minute. I play Albion Online, and every day I sell RVs at my wagey job. And for just 1 freaking minute, I would like to get away from having people talk about freaking RVs. Jannies should absolutely mute this guy for talking about RVs. Well, that's what you're doing to us. That is exactly what you're doing. You're saying that the topics that I want to talk about are basically not as valuable as the topics that you want to talk about. And so if we were in the game and I could chat and I wasn't muted and I'm talking about RVs, I bet you'd jump in and be like, oh man, I love RVs. RVs are so cool. You talk about the RV door locks, how electric and Wi-Fi, how they have that or something. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. Anyway, whereas if I'm talking about Trump or Kamala, is it Kamala or Kamala? I don't know how to even pronounce her damn name, right? Then you would be like, no politics, Jannies, mods. Like, it's sickening that you can't think both ways, but see, I can, right? Speaking of, I did a little social experiment with Twitch streamers. I went to all the small ones because the big ones have me banned automatically, or like they share like a ban list, and I can't talk in their shit anyway. But I would ask a streamer a simple question: Trump or Kamala? None of them would answer. Not a single one would pick a side. One of them even cited that it's bannable to talk about that on Twitch. No, it isn't. It is not. It's not bannable. No, it is. It is absolutely not. It's a simple question: Trump or Kamala? And I'll tell you my answer. All right. I don't vote, and the reason I don't vote is because I don't want people knocking on my door and soliciting me to vote for more crap. I also don't believe that my vote does anything. But if I had to choose, I'd pick Trump because it makes more people angry, and it's funnier, and it's more right-winged, which I tend to agree with them, not on everything, but I tend to agree with them more on stuff than the left. But I do agree with some things that the left has too, and I'm not a political guy. I don't vote. I don't really care. Whoever the president is doesn't matter to me. It's not going to change anything, right? But if I had to choose, that's who I would choose, and I would easily, gladly, openly say that to you, which I just did. But none of these Twitch streamers would dare pick a side. And even though they wouldn't say anything, I would continue to badger them or, do some light trolling to try to eke out the actual answer. And a few of them eventually went Kamala, of course, right? Because that's just, how they are. Like, you can look at someone. Have you seen those TikTok videos where they go on the open streets and they interview people and they ask the same question? That's exactly what I was doing to these Twitch streamers. And just by looking at them, you can tell what they're going to say. And I just love that. I think that's so fascinating. I'm hoping that this Sir Coin Albion guy is lying because he says he got a 100-day mute for begging for silver. As far as I know, it was an official statement from SBI that you were allowed to beg for silver. That's part of the experience of the game, is to have street beggars. That's always been the case. So if that's changed, then wow, this game's gone downhill. Now this person has the same argument. They should mute more people because this person wants to loot gear, don't want to read about guns and culture or the election. And to that, I say the same damn thing. Well, maybe we don't want to listen about woodworking or whatever this weird thing is, or what is it? Or like dungeon mastering is what I assume that this is. Is Swobenji reliable? He keeps saying soloing blue dungeons. No, I keep saying soloing blue static zones is the best way to fame farm. Didn't they nerf it? Well, according to this video here, Albion Online comparing Tier 4 Blue Zone Static Fame to Tier 6 Black Zone Fame. I debunk the absolute hell out of this. Now, I'm filming this, and it's only 1 day ago since publishing, but for you, it'll be a whole week. So, some of you will have missed this video. But this is the thumbnail. This is what it looks like. It is a massive debunk. I do all the math because the Redditors will try to say, well, so it has the values with and without satchel, with and without auto-respec, and all of that fun stuff. So here we go. Here's the hate train. Never listen to a Yellow Zone warrior. Hey, it's your loss, Cone. If you don't want to listen to me, then just be inefficient. It's, again, your loss, not my problem. Never, says Daddy Chill 23. Okay, his loss too. Captain Muffinator says reliable in that the information they put out is complete trash. Yeah, having the most reliable way to fame farm, the fastest way to fame farm, is somehow trash? Man, I wonder what his opinions are on other things. Another hater, Captain Russia, says it's just clickbait. No, it's not. I literally proved that it's the best. I like how this guy also shills, well, he spells Mogdun wrong. For some reason, he added an H there. Like, I don't understand the misspellings, but, again, he says, Black Zones are much more earnings and less competition. I literally proved that wrong in the video. And then I always love this one. He's bad at the game. I want to talk about this one a bit. I'm going to be real. Like, I don't chase being a high-ranked, super Gosu, elite, tournament player anymore. When I was a teenager, I spent my entire life being an esport guy. That's right. I went to video game tournaments. I was in the top 0.2%. I will never do that again. It was a waste of my youth. It didn't earn as much money as it should have, especially for the time. But it was a complete throwaway of my youth. I should have been out partying and making friends and messing around more with girls and stuff. But no, I was like, I gotta train 16 hours a day for the Counter-Strike Invitational, dude, and other games. And it was a just disaster. And check this out. I just want to show you guys. I'm not trying to like hurt anybody here, but like Juan is clearly the number one PvP guy on West, right? Do you think 10 years from now we're gonna remember him? I might. I think he's a cool dude, but like, are you gonna remember maybe Factura or this Glycaria guy or Jacko or Headshot Shoot or this Castand V dude or I Hurt Fat Kid, Zohan? Like, dude, a lot of these names are just going to be completely, absolutely forgotten, right? And this is like top 100. Who's number 100? This guy, right? Bettany, okay? Like, who's going to remember 10 years from now what Bettany did, okay? Because I'm not. I'm going to forget tomorrow that person's name. You'll be like, hey, you talking crap about Bettany? I'm like, who, what, huh? And again, I'm not trying to dog anyone. I'm not trying to say that their efforts are in vain, but they kind of are. But at the same time, it's like, I learned to enjoy video games a much different way, and it's not chasing ranks, it's not chasing your kill-death ratio, it's not chasing virtual pixel number go up, it's not chasing all the global rankings, oh my goodness. No, it's making memories. I believe that, let me tell you about League of Legends. I played the game for like 7 years, and looking back on it, I have like no Kodak moments. Yeah, I got some like pentakills and stuff and did some goofy builds, and even did a little bit of trolling, but nothing that truly stands out that is rememberable to the day I die. I'm not going to be on my deathbed looking back on League of Legends and be like, man, that was good times. No, it's not. It's absolutely not good times. You know what good times is? Good times is when you load up on a Gmod server called Dark RP, and you find a kid, and you use a prop wall to pin him against the wall, and because he's a kid, he doesn't know he can go to the console and respawn himself, so he screams over voice chat, delete this! delete this, and then slams his keyboard into his desk, audible through his microphone, and everyone is just looking at him and pretending that they can't hear him, and he gets even more and more frustrated, and he continues to smash his keyboard into his microphone. This is eternally memorable forever. It is the funniest thing ever. It is something that even to this day, and I'll show you. All right, so you type gmod delete this, and then here we go. Buried Alive, KK, Kimmy67, Gary's Mod Dilemma by Stiggs. I don't think Stiggs likes me, but go watch that video. I'm not going to play it because I don't want him to copyright strike me or whatever. Now, this is the kid's account. Now, this happened in 2015. This was 9 years ago, maybe even longer than that. I don't know exactly, but let's scroll down to his comment section. As of July of this year, this is 9 years later. Are you the kid who got trolled in this video? Hello? 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 Go to the next page. Hello? 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 Dude, stop. Let me go. I'm going to report you. Dude, stop. Let me go. Hello? See, look. This is all from this dude. Okay, not the last one. Krillin here's from 2023. But the point is that this was not forgotten. To this day, this is still celebrated. And not only will the person that did the trolling, which I believe was Stiggs, I don't know who actually did it. He's in a little group. But the kid also will remember this till the day they die. They're not going to just forget, and the internet won't forget. It's a truly amazing and perfect memory that is worth so much more than some dickhead high rank on a kill board, okay? And let me tell you a little bit about my beliefs. I believe that we get to keep our memories when we die. You don't get to keep your possessions, or like you'll be in the afterlife if there even is one. You can be like, I was rank number 17 in Albion Online, and like, oh, okay, cool. But like no one else cares, right? But maybe you care a little bit. But in my opinion, making funny, memorable little Kodak moments, okay, is something that I strive for in my life now, not when I was younger, because I was swindled like everyone else. Oh, I gotta get good at the video game. All that matters is being good at video games. If you're not good at video games, you are worthless. No, I think that someone who gives no fucks about their KDA, who does not give a single shit about their ranking in some video game, have truly, like, learned to live and be happy. Have you ever played Call of Duty and you're in a lobby and someone keeps dying and they get really frustrated and start screaming over the microphone that they keep getting, like, camped or killed, or they keep cussing up a storm because they keep dying? Why is that pissed off? Part of the game is that the enemy gets to shoot and kill you. That's part of the game. Whereas for them, they're stressing out over some bullshit KDA ratio that their schoolmates or coworkers might make fun of them for. And I think if you're in a group of people and, like, everyone's showing off how good they are at a video game, and someone has, like, a negative KDA and you bully him for that, you're the real loser there. But, like, you know, I do understand the urge and the want to get good at something and to, you know, have a high ranking and perform well and to show off in front of others. Sure. But as you get older, that stuff matters less and less. And like I said, you know, you can't take it with you, right? But, like, he says that I'm just bad at the game. Okay, so what is being bad at Albion really? Is it being poor? Is it being broke? Is it not understanding how to get money? I think, in my opinion, if you are good at Albion Online, you are good at making and retaining money, you are good at planning ahead and making investments, you are good at acquiring the best of the best gear in the game, and overall, you're good in a fight or two, right? I mean, I'm not going to, like, gloat or anything, but if I truly try, I can win most fights that are winnable, right? Like I said earlier with the Firestaff versus Quarterstaff argument, Firestaff kicks Quarterstaff's ass. You just don't engage. You run away. You leave, right? But me killing a higher IP Quarterstaff does not make me better at the game. It just means that I made the right choice. That's all. I didn't do some Gosu StarCraft 300 APM mega play that, you know, won me the national world champion, whatever the hex. So plus add bot account here says that you should do it with a group, that you're being more time efficient in a group. Listen, my argument here, like, I'm gonna agree, if you can get into a group and do group stuff, you're gonna win out against the solo player. My content is for solo players because I am a solo player, and I don't even say that I'm a solo player by choice. I know that ultimately it's my personality and how I act around people and how I play that makes me a solo player, But if the world had more people like me, I wouldn't be a solo player. I'd be in a guild full of people just like me. But people like me don't exist. They do exist, but they don't play video games. They're usually out doing stuff in the streets. But the point that I'm trying to get at is yeah, if you are some social normie who can get into groups and do the group crap, more power to you. You're not my target audience. When I was in that guild, they were running like Ava raids and doing some other like fame farming crap. And I tried to get into them, and then it turned into some big shitpost argument, and I wasn't allowed to be in them. And I had the 8.3 gear. They wanted 8.3 gear, and I was like, yeah, I'll come. You don't even need to transport me. I'll walk solo through the black zone to the hideout. No need to guard me, and I'll do my part in the Ava raid. And they wouldn't let me in anyway because I'm Swole Benji, because I'm that YouTuber guy, because Blue Zone. And granted, I could go make some complete random-ass character account, right? Go buy a new PC, drive halfway across the country, connect to a different IP address, and then chat with people in the game, pretending to be something I'm not, and make friends. Yes, I am capable of doing that. But I don't want to give up my soul, and I don't want to give up who I am to stoop. And that's what it is. It's stooping that low. It's being manipulative. I don't believe anymore in being something that I'm not. The last time I did it was when I played WoW Classic, because it was on my bucket list to get raid geared, and I did it. I managed to pretend to be a complete absolute normie guy, and I became the second highest gear score horde rogue in the world at the time. Number 2, not number 1, sadly, but again, you know how I talked about ranking earlier? Do you honestly care that I was the number 2 highest gear score ranked horde rogue in the world for WoW Classic, 4 or 5 years ago, however many years ago it was? No, you don't care. No one gives a damn. They're like, congrats, bro. So anyway, and we have Inconsiderate Apple here saying that, he kind of agrees with me, but he says doing solo Ava roads is better silver and XP per hour while actively being in full loot PvP zones. How maybe it's better silver, I guess, but how is it better XP than Blue Zone stacks? But even to debunk this, because I'm not one to do this, we have a YouTuber, what's his name here? The Final Verdict Gaming did a video called "Which Content Has the Best Progression?" He did Mists versus Roads, and I'm not going to spoil the video for you. Well, I guess I kind of did, because it's not Roads. He did the homework, he did the testing. I believe his video. Again, you should always trust but verify. When Mr. YouTuber man tells you something, including me, trust in it, but when you have a chance, verify it. Do your homework and try it out. And I say trust but verify, because not everyone is capable of doing what everyone else can. For instance, I played Path of Exile. Have you heard of that game? And a lot of YouTuber man is like, this is the best build ever, blah, 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 blah. And they show such amazing results. But whenever I try to do the same exact build, following their guides, I fall flat on my face and can't get anywhere. And I did this for like 5 years until I just quit the game out of frustration. And so, there's people out there, even Redditors, in these threads that are probably in the same situation. I give them a guide, I tell them how to do it, I show them how to do it, and then when they try to do it, they just can't do it because of a skill issue or really bad luck or something or other. I don't know, but I've been there, so I kind of get it. But again, just trust but verify. New thread. Why is Swole Benji hated? Also, he says SPI? Sandpox Interactive? What? For multiple reasons. Mostly the fact that he is a weirdo. Let's talk about that. Let's start with the weirdo stuff. So how is any of this weird? I honestly want to know, alright? So, straight male, likes video games, fitness, music, anime, movies, fightings, guns, women, cooking, food, cardio, theme parks, D&D, YouTube, trolling, combat, saving money, gambling, skill-based gambling, MMORPG economies, freedom of speech, freedom of choice, just overall freedom. Dislikes: the rich, criminals, drugs, alcohol, smoking, tattoos, rules, control, limitations, the overly serious, driving, sunlight, oh man, so bright, restaurants that are just drug fronts, I hate those, and chance gambling, venture capitalist fronts, I hate that. And look, the best way to get to know someone, this is kind of a little life hack, just look at someone's YouTube's front page. Let's take a look. What do we have for me today? What is it offering? Well, it's got the new Nightwish album, Death of a Game Concord. Of course he would make that. I don't know what this is, some stream about AI Joe Rogan. I don't care. I've been listening to some random mixes. We have another stream. There've been a lot of streams pushing lately. RDC World put out a new video. That's probably pretty funny. This is Rotted has some good content. Fleekazoid has good content. A lot of this is subscriber stuff. We have animations. Power World's getting sued. Oh boy. Another music video. We have Kissland made an Albion vid. Don't know who that is, but it's a pretty good thumbnail. Greatest Albion Online Bomb Squad. Don't really care about Albion Bomb Squads. We have Meat Canyon vid. Looks like World of Warcraft here. Oh, police activity. Someone got shot for wielding a knife. That sucks. Another animation about Star Wars. So, like, here's some Baldur's Gate music. There is a one of the Jannies, one of the Albion Jannies loves the Baldur's Gate music. I'm not going to tell you who. When you realize you're fighting the main character, that's a skit. Star Wars is a quadruple A game, and then this is M Against It Press 5 years ago. Been binging some of his vids. So pretty normal stuff. Let's do another refresh, just so it's not a fluke, right? Here we go. Refresh number 2. More music. Same thing. Same thing. Another cop violence vid. Oh, this guy's got some good stuff. Dungeon Soup. This guy has 14 views. This is clearly YouTube pushing a new channel. Don't know what this is. Wouldn't click on it. Dead World Soda Root Beer Creeper review. Like, not interested. No idea what that even is. Looks like another Albion vid. Upper Echelon put out something, I don't know. We got, a food review. I can't do this to myself. Something with Arby's. I'll definitely check that out later, even though it's a month old. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like to watch fast food vids sometimes because I don't get any fast food. Now, let's look at the topics. Gaming, music. Tuamas is just Nightwish's writer. Albion Online, live news, parodies, ambient music, dungeon crawls of Warcraft, turn-based games, sketch comedy, comic books. I have never read a comic book in my life. Alternative metal, audio commentaries. We have role-playing games, animated films. There you go. Like, I mean, how is any of this weird? Anyway, he then says that I'm clueless about half the game. All right. So here's my list of stuff that I actually am clueless about that I would like to learn more. I just don't have the ability to learn, and I'll explain. So, hardcore expeditions. I've wanted to do these since, like, I started the game. But it requires having friends. It requires joining a Discord that is overly controlled and very communist. And they don't like me, and they ban me pretty quick. I never even got a chance to run a single one. I don't know anyone that runs these, and I've never been invited to one by people that have passed my questionnaire, which is almost nobody. And so I've just basically given up on it. I think it's been nerfed 4 or 5 times since I've been playing the game. There's really no point to do them, I guess. I don't really know, but I would still do them just to, like, that's a whole section of guides I could make for that, right? But there's just no opportunity for me to do that. The next one is the 5th floor bosses in group dungeons. I have never seen one. I have never encountered one. I have never, in all of my time playing, ever had a 5th floor dungeon. Avalonian raids. I have no clue how these things work or, like, how you even get the maps. I mean, I've been in the maps. I know there's, like, a weird shield wall or something you gotta break, but, like, I've never been invited to one. I've even went into Discords and offered to pay tens of millions of silver just to attend one, just to be allowed to go into one, just to collect the damn, fame buff. And no one has ever taken me up on that offer, and I don't know why. Am I not offering enough silver? Do they not trust me? Do they really hate me that much? I don't know anything about the wall defense mechanics in the Black Zone territories because I've never owned a Black Zone territory. So I don't have any idea how much stone it costs or anything like that, or how much HP the walls have. World bosses, don't know anything about world bosses. You can't solo them, so how would I know about them? Managing a shop in a city, I mean, I would say that I have a little bit of a clue about this stuff, and I could probably make it work. But I just know that the cartels would shut me down immediately because they don't like me, so whatever. No point in trying there. Guild hand-holding in politics. I don't understand why this exists. It's so foreign to me that guilds play so nice with each other when they could just kill each other and take everything, right? And then how are people getting 3 maxed, like, awakened stats on an 8.4? Where are they farming? How are they affording this stuff? When I did the math, it would cost like 1 billion silver. But all these people in Yellow Zone, like Faction Warfare, that have endless swaps to fully maxed out awakened weapons, how are they faming this up? What are they doing to even feed the damn weapon enough, points or whatever to be able to do it? I have no idea. So is that half the game? No. But hey, I mean, I'm just using his words. He's probably just, being a little, using words that aren't exactly an exact measurement of sorts. Here's another one that says that I'm a weirdo. I don't know how I'm a weirdo. I don't know what makes me weird. I mean, to me, a weirdo is someone that enjoys, like, Little Pony cartoons for girls, okay? Like, that's kind of weird. But, you know, even then, it's whatever, right? But you say you can find most of the drama stuff in this sub if you look back enough, but it's his Discord that was on some Wild Zaza. Okay, I don't know anything about why people think the Discord is on Wild Zaza, but back in the day, the Discord was open to literally everyone, and then someone made this crazy troll post that there was a questionnaire that blocked people out, but it didn't do what they said. They said that the questionnaire was like an auto-ban filter or something. No, it was literally spies getting banned. It was literally spies getting banned that hated my guts and talked shit in other Discords. So their accounts were flagged to never let them in anyway. And then, like, we opened the Discord to everybody anyway, just to prove, you know what, this is what happens without a questionnaire, because when you are a very large YouTuber, really bad things start happening in Discords, okay? People start posting the wildest, craziest stuff, and it becomes... Like I don't have moderators. I don't have Jannies that can clean up the Discord. It's all me, right? And you know, people false report the Discords. They do all this kind of stuff to it just to try to get it shut down. And the thing is, the Discord wasn't doing anything for me, right? Like, I had my Discord set up where all of my video guides were in text form, all neatly, like, categorized for all the games I play. So what people were doing is they would play the video for like 5 seconds, pause the video, go to my Discord, and then read the guide and then leave. And that doesn't help me at all. That doesn't give me watch time or views. And then the thing is, they started reposting my text guides on their websites. This was mostly for World of Warcraft, not so much Albion, because not really many people run an Albion website. There was still people doing it for Albion, though. Just not as much. And there's, like, you could try to copyright, like, text, but it's such a pain in the butt. It's why I stopped writing game facts guides back in the 90s and early 2000s, is too many people would just plagiarize it, right? That's why I have this little watermark on screen. See this little watermark, you know, turning on and off here, like in the corner? That's why I have that there, so that if or when people do plagiarize my videos, which they do all the time, at least they can trace it back to the original source, okay? And so it became like the Discord was a little too helpful, and I wasn't getting any money for it, and I'm pretty poor, okay? But at the same time, all the bad actors, all the spies, and all the haters were just cramming into the Discord, and then any chance they get, they were sharing it amongst their Discords, because we all spied on each other. That's how it works, right? You know, all my haters would join my server and just try to clip anything that was bad that people were saying, and people did say some bad stuff, but I didn't, because I don't really care. I barely use Discord at all, but people would have, like, the craziest schizo rants, and then it would get clipped and be like, oh, look what they're talking about in Soul Benji's Discord. This is crazy. And, and so I locked it down with a questionnaire, which kept all the kids out and kept all the idiots out and the trolls that didn't like me and the spies. And, like, there's so much evidence of spying. Like, as a spy example, like Ragdoll Megs is Nazori's wife, allegedly, right? Here she joined 11/17/2021. And she sat in the server a whole year, never saying a damn word for a whole year until she left. Or this is when a purge happened. I don't know. I don't have a way to check it. It's not my server. I don't have the tools to be able to check it. But 1 whole year of inactivity. And this is just one person out of, like, 20,000 people or something. And for me, the point of a Discord is like a little group hangout for friends to, like, organize and do stuff. It's not a fan service Discord where I answer your questions for free and you skip my videos to read the text guides. All right, that's what it used to be, and I got rid of that, and suddenly my watch time and retention and views went way up because people had to watch the videos if they wanted to get the info. And again, like, for me, the Discord, it's a private server. It's not meant for the public. It's not like a fan server. It's not a community server. It's literally, do you want to be my friend? Take a test to see if we're compatible, just like you would take a test on a dating site. You know those dating sites that ask you, well, you know, what is your ideal, you know, dinner date or whatever? You know, those kinds of things, and then you get a little compatibility test, and then you know who you match good with and who you don't match good with. And so that's what the Discord server is all about. It's also, like I said, it keeps me safe, it keeps me protected, and it keeps both of us from wasting each other's time so that you don't spend a year in my server as a surrogate or a, you know, one of those, like, you think that I'm your best friend because you watch my videos, but I don't even know who you are kind of things. I forget the word for it. Parasocial relationship, that's the word. I'm trying to keep the pain of that, from happening, right? Because a lot of people, when they watch my videos, they have this ideal version of me in their head, and then when they actually get to know me and stuff, I'm a little bit different, and that really disappoints them. But also, if you spend a whole year with this ideal that I'm someone, and then it turns out I'm not, instead of just not liking me, you turn into this lifelong gremlin enemy detractor that will spend his life trying to, send me piss potatoes in the mail and other weird things and stuff. And you become this weird stalker that never stops. And that happens with a lot of people that I know, including myself. And so the questionnaire is there to absolutely prevent people from becoming gremlin detractors. This user is complaining that I interject soulful content into my videos that are personal. So again, I grew up when YouTube was YouTube, not corporate shill tube, not business tube, not I'm here just to make money and get views tube. So my videos are very personal and very home brewed, very soulful, honest. I want you to feel like we're on the couch playing video games together. That's the whole goal with the video. And if you have a friend who doesn't rant about their personal life or talk about things, then they're not a friend, they're just like a business partner. They're just like a coworker. And that's the last thing that I want in my videos. So if you watch my videos for the guides, I provide the guides first, and then at the end, I provide the commentary and the personalization, which in the video that he talked about, I even labeled it in the chapter so you could skip it if you don't care, which looking at the metrics, only 2% of viewers skipped it. So clearly you are the 2% that does not appreciate that, and that's totally fine. I get it. You probably have a very nice, cushy life, and you're just there for information. I'm just an info broker to you. I'm not a potential friend. I'm not a potential person that you can have a lifelong, friendship with and make cool memories with. I'm just some voice on YouTube that's teaching you how to play a game that you'll play for a couple months and then play something else. A lot of insecurity, I don't think it's insecurity, I think it's standing up for yourself regarding his content and his isolation from the rest of the community. If anything, they're isolated from me. They all circle their wagons, they all ride each other's, coattails, essentially. And if anything, I'm the one that could benefit them the most when it comes to content creation. When I learned he often stalks Discords and Reddits, they all do this. Every single one of them did it, and they did it first. So if I don't do it, I'm not standing up for myself. It's that simple. Every time he rants or starts talking about his own ostracization or gamers today being beta or soy or whatever, I roll my eyes and skip ahead. Well, guess what? Most people don't, and it's okay that you do. That's totally fine. If you're just there for the info, great. But ever since I started talking about these talking points, these right here, my viewership has went up, donations have went up, I've gotten more fans, more everything. It's only been beneficial. And what YouTubers tend to do is, what works, they keep doing it. He says that I went on a tangent about how the game has no point and it made him quit the game for a few days. Well, what did you do in those few days? Did you sit around doing nothing? Did you go to the gym? Did you go shopping? What'd you do? Like, real talk, I have always said this, that games are a consumer loser hobby unless you're doing any of the following things. Number one is making money. If something you're doing is a hobby and it makes money, great. And for video games, that would be tournaments or YouTube or Twitch or, well, there's like RMT, but don't RMT in this game. It's like 50 cents per million. That sucks, dude. Never do that. That's like, go play RuneScape if you want to make better money, right? Socializing or making friends. If you are making friends and socializing in a game, then it is worth your time to do so, especially if you make friends outside of the game. If you make friends, that will go on to play other games or even meet in real life. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I've always had this grandeur, fantasy where Albion Online convention happens and I can go to it and I'm not like pre-banned from it. And I get to meet everybody, and we all hang out and play arcade games and do cool shit and troll eCourt or something, right? And then number 3 is making lifelong memories. If you do something in a game that is so epic and legendary or funny or whatever, that you will remember the rest of your life, even into the afterlife, if that even is a thing, then by golly, it's worth your time to do it, okay? But if you're just playing and spinning the wheels and getting your pixel numbers up and you're just getting your KDA up and you're just sitting there miserable and hating the game and screaming at the screen because you died for the 10th time or you lost 1 million silver due to radar hacker gankers, like, you're not having fun, you're not making memories, you're not making money, you're not making friends or anything, you should just not play the game. You are wasting what little time you have left on this earth. And sadly, there's just not really friends to make in the content creator thing. I forgot to post it, but like someone complaining about, or one of the posts about, you know, like, oh, being ostracized by the content creators. Well, let's look at the content creators right now. The English ones, at least. So you have AFK stream, face tattoos. You're crossing the street if you see this guy late at night. AFK stream. Beast1K, I don't think he likes me, but he's really nice to my alt account that is not named SwolBenji. So he's probably a chill, you know, dude, right? I think that's an AFK. I don't know who this is. This is an AFK stream. Like, on my deathbed, I was dying of, I'm not going to say the virus name, but it was a very worldwide sickness that went around. Starts with C, ends with vid. You know the one. And I was on my deathbed, and this guy got hacked. Like, his YouTube channel got hacked, and I was there dying. I'm like, if I do one last good deed before I pass away, I'm going to shout my audience out to help this lad out. Right, because he needed his new channel to get like a certain subscriber count before he can get monetized, right? And I vibed with that. I'm like, okay, guys, help him out. And, you know, we were chill until I did the stream snipe thing, and then he just spit on me after that. He just hated my guts after that, which I didn't even stream snipe him, and definitely wouldn't even attempt at paid to have him stream snipe. He's too good at the game, right? But, yeah, whoops, guess he was never my friend anyway. AFK stream. This guy doesn't like me, and I don't think he does, at least. He did kill me on sight once when I was completely naked throwing silver at him. I don't know if that was just for the memes. Don't know who this is, but it's labeled Goth Girl and French. This guy streams to 2 viewers after 5 years of work, so, yeah. Sorry, dude. Don't know who this guy is, or this person, or this person, or this person, or this person. A lot of new names right now in the category, so that's nice. I'm sure I can test them out later, or I could just do it right now. Alright, so after touring the section, most of them didn't speak any English, or they were ignoring their chat completely, or they had signs of criminality in them. So, yeah, big bummer there. Absolute L in the chat, I guess. This person says Tier 8 Gathering Gear is not accessible to new players. Yes, it is. Just play the game for a few weeks, or a few months if you can only play a few hours a day. You can literally get to Tier 8 by staying in a safe zone indefinitely. You don't have to go to a full loot zone. You don't have to pay real money. You just have to play the game. This one says the constant "everyone hates me" thing is quite old. Well, they do. I'm not going to just sit back and be like, well, you know, not everyone hates. They literally do. That's what this whole video is about, that, right? Like, dude, chill out and be cool. I am cool. I am being cool, bro. This is being cool. It's called being real, being raw, standing up for yourself. Ever hear about it? A lot of people have very cushy, simple lives where they never had to, like, fight tooth and nail to survive. And it really shows, because the second you minorly inconvenience them in a video game, they cry and beg and whimper. Oh, by the way, earlier, those posters that called me weird, if you look at their Reddit post history, they got some real weird, freaky stuff in that history, man. I'm not going to say it on YouTube because I'm honestly not allowed to say it on YouTube. It's that weird and freaky. Spending all your time in blue and yellow zones, you should just play a different game. Please tell me what different game I should play, please. I would love it if this were true, that everyone is just being a big troll, right? Swole is a Chad, Albion community just toxic AF. Some people just prefer to watch a Muppet with a wizard. Oh, come on. Dude, come on. All right, I'm gonna be real for a moment. If all of the Albion creators were hanging off a cliff and I only had time to save one of them before their grip strength wore out and they fell to their death, I'm saving Mogdun. I'm not saving anyone else, even though he doesn't like me. I don't care, right? Everyone else, I'm sorry, but you know, it's the trolley problem. Like, you have a lever and you pull the I don't know, maybe it's not the trolley problem. It's the, you know, it's the classic video game. There's only enough time to save one character. Yeah, I'm saving Bogdan. Sorry, guys. I do love this post. Having such an intense amount of gear fear that you can't leave the safe zones, even when you have 1 billion silver, qualifies you as the biggest virgin that ever did virgin. And I did mention this earlier. It's not gear fear that grips me. It's the fact that I just don't want to give other people money in this game simply because they have friends. The power of friendship. That's literally what it is. Or that they run some dumb counter comp and I just lose automatically by default. That's not fun. If I'm in the mists and I want to clear and kill mobs and not worry about, fighting other players, and I just want to speed clear camps, then I'll wear a set for that, and then when I die, I die. But I don't want to wear a PvP set and run around trying to kill people in a 500k set, because every time I do, radar hacker rats from off-screen swarm the hell out of me and take my shit every single time, and it just feels bad. And that's just the reality of it. It just feels bad. So I don't tend to do things that make me feel bad. I don't know why, I know it's a human trait to do things that make you feel bad. Humans love eating spicy food. They love listening to overly loud music that hurts their ears. They love being in dangerous situations or doing substances that make their body worse off. I don't understand that from humans. And so I don't like doing things that make me feel bad, all right? And before, what about weightlifting and running and stuff? And that doesn't make me feel bad. That just simply makes me feel better afterwards. If it's not making you feel good, why are you doing it? But weightlifting is like going into the black zone. The more you go in the black zone, the better you're in the game you are, dude. It's like weightlifting. Like you're building muscle, you're building skill. No matter how many times I go into the black zone with a set, I'm pretty much capped out in terms of skill. I'm not getting any better at this game. I'm not getting any worse at the game unless I take a long-ass break, which the only difference of taking a long-ass break is when I try to stream snipe a furry girl gamer that I miss a few of my hits, but she still goes down anyway from running into mobs. I just don't get the kill credit, I suppose. But other than that, it's not a big diff, and it doesn't really matter to me. But at the same time, you have to realize that when you're in my position, there's not a reason to go in the black zone. I don't care about PvP fame. What is my PvP fame? 32.5 million. I don't care. This number does nothing for me. It doesn't allow me to wear better equipment. It doesn't allow me to make more silver or anything, right? And you also have to realize that there's better ways for me to make silver than going into a black zone. I know you guys chase your endorphin high, your dopamine, highs by, I got a big juicy kill, oh my goodness, this is so crazy. And yes, I've been there. When I killed that 8.3 Blazing Staff user, I was laughing and giggling and having a great time. I was in the middle of recording too, so I caught it, right? Whereas, 99% of the time, I'm just dead, just die. I spend hours running around a black zone finding no one to kill. It's not fun, it's not entertaining, it's not enjoyable, so why do it? Anyway, I just want to make a video blowing Reddit out and just, letting people know that I'm not Swolebin JJ. He's still here in the chat saying something about race baiting. I don't know. But anyway, and stop adding me to friends list, okay? You gotta pass the Discord questionnaire if you want to be my friend. With that said, leave a like on the video. Let me know what you think. Troll Reddit, please. Thank you very much. Click the video on the right side of your screen. If you do, the next time that you eat a salad, it'll be double tasty than it normally would be. I don't know. It'll be a little extra tasty salad. You're like, man, that was really good.